Hey guys, Dr. Stan. Hope you're having a great day today. Something I wanted to talk to you about was something that I mentioned in yesterday's video. Mentioned arthritis briefly. And it's kind of a pet peeve of mine. Not that I don't think it exists. I know it exists. And I'm not talking about like rheumatoid arthritis or gouty arthritis or anything like that. I'm talking about osteoarthritis. When most people, when they say, "Oh, I've got arthritis in my hands, I've got arthritis in my knees," and the problem that really, the part that really kind of gets me is when we have a patient that comes in and say they have something relatively acute going on, say it's their hip or their back or something like that, and they go see their primary care doctor. And I ask them what they said, and they say that their doctor said, "Oh, I've got a bit of arthritis." Well, arthritis doesn't start quickly, and when they're told this, most people don't understand what arthritis is. A lot of people think that it's something that I've got, and if you watch yesterday's video, a lot of people think that since their mom had arthritis, their dad had arthritis, their grandma had arthritis, their grandpa had arthritis, then they're going to get arthritis, and it's something that they got, like catching the flu. And then they got the arthritis and it's spreading over their body, and that's not really how it works. And whenever they go to see their doctor, and their doctor says, "Oh, you've got arthritis," and they leave it at that. They don't say where it came from, what you can do about it. They just say, "Oh, you've got arthritis," and well, maybe take some leave or something like that to cover up the pain. Well, I think it's really doing their patients a disservice, because I don't think they understand where it comes from, and two, if they do know where it comes from, they just don't understand what to do about it. And if we look at where arthritis comes from, we have joints that work together. We have one joint that sits on one part of a bone, sits on top of another part of a bone. They slide over top of each other with a little bit of fluid in between, and that's a joint. Well, when that joint starts to break down because of stress, and I met an acupuncturist last week, and I had a good conversation, and he said that all disease in the body is either caused by either excess or deficiency, and I thought that was a really interesting statement. He said we have, say, excess, too much sugar over a period of time causes diabetes. Excess trauma causes the joints to start to break down. Deficiencies, B12, neuropathy type things, but that excess in trauma, our bodies are designed to be able to withstand certain types of trauma and a certain amount of physical trauma, and then it heals and everything goes back again. But when we have an excess amount of trauma, injury that we deal with, it knocks our body out of balance. And when our body gets knocked out of balance, well, now that takes the joint and makes the joint work in an abnormal state. The joints are designed to work like this, something causes it to work like that. And when that happens, now that joint starts to become inflamed. When that joint becomes inflamed, that's the definition of arthritis, inflammation of the joint. Now, if that inflammation is there long enough, it starts to break down. That joint starts to break down. Your body looks at that as unstable. It starts to calcify it in an attempt for your body to ultimately fuse that joint together. It looks at it as unstable, wants to fuse that joint together. That's kind of that calcification process. Your body's trying to make that stable because of that excess trauma, that excess pressure, stress on that joint. And so if you can take that joint from its misaligned position, going from like this to working like that, then you can take away the source of that inflammation. Or if your head's off balance, your body's subluxated and it's not functioning properly, that's a source of joint inflammation, a source of arthritis. And so if we can remove that subluxation, if we can return balance back to the body, allow the body to start to function properly, then you can get rid of the arthritis. Now, if this has been there for 20, 30, 40 years and there's excessive damage, well, we can't get rid of that excessive damage. We can take care of the source of it. Sometimes the damage is too great. There's been too much stress for too long of a period of time. Then there's not much we can do. But if you have something new that just kind of popped up and you go to your doctor and they say, oh, it's just arthritis. Well, don't leave it at that. There's a reason why. Ask why. And oftentimes it can be taken care of. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you're not dealing with arthritis that your doctor just said, well, you have to learn to live with. Because we're not designed to live with that. It's a response to a stress in your body. So I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Send me an email. I'll talk to you later. Bye.